Hi there, and welcome back to Creative Witchy Mama. Welcome to those new tuning in here. You're very welcome. Thank you. If you haven't yet subscribed and hit that notification bell, I would love it if you did. It means a lot to me to get to know you, to know and understand what sort of content you enjoy. And if you feel called to, I would love it if you did do those. And also like, share, comment. I love seeing all your comments. I try and come back to you as soon as I possibly can too. Look, today I want to talk about how COVID, or how going through COVID, I think turned me into a crunchy mum, or it kind of led me down a crunchy path anyway. So through COVID, I like many people was kind of ousted a lot because I didn't follow the narrative. I questioned everything. I wanted to understand why, how, all of the things. And basically, my questioning head was activated. And because of this, it kind of took me in brand new directions. It led me to meet brand new people, release people that were no longer serving me. It took me on a very interesting journey, and for quite a while, a very lonely journey too. But it gave me a lot of reflection time, I guess, to really understand me, to spend time, getting to know who I was, and also reawaken some old loves, some old passions, some, like gardening, being more creative, making things from scratch. These were all cooking. These were all things that I really enjoy doing, but had really kind of slipped down my priority list, going through like lockdowns and all those things. And like I said, being on the other side of the fence and questioning everything, meant that I wasn't sat with everybody else and having the same sort of conversation. I was going deep down a rabbit hole and uncovering lots of things that made me question even more. But what I think it did was it kind of really did awaken those questioning techniques that I think we lose a lot of. We just end up being like yes people. Yes, I'll do it. Yes, no worries. Yep, your authority, so it must be right. Well, I I never used to follow that as a kid, I rarely went to school. Like I was always playing truant, and I think I knew that the system for me was a bit broken. I didn't enjoy being cooped up in a classroom. That wasn't how I learnt. I needed creativity. I needed that, like, that release. I needed a bit more freedom to be able to be me. And in a classroom, you really can't do that. You get told to be quiet, you can't go to the toilet, you can't do all those things. So, but then as life has progressed, I got, pushed into the little rat race of working and doing all those things, and probably became a bit more of a yes person and a bit of a people pleaser, actually. But then it was like COVID had, like, it was like it had, like, flicked a bit of a switch inside of me, and it, like, got all my spidey senses up on edge. um, and because of that, I now question absolutely everything, and I'm constantly questioning things. And I think what it's done is it propelled me into doing that in motherhood as well, which has led me to question, all the everything they give all the kids. It's made me question why there's so many cesareans, why people don't, like, why it's not heavily known about what happens to your placenta, why more women don't want to keep it, like all these, like, it kind of took me on this massive journey of and then even like eating patterns, watching kids develop, like, everyone is kind of put into like a bit of a line, like you're waiting, or like a conveyor belt, you're kind of waiting for the next thing. Everyone's kind of put into this progress line. I stand way out of that. I'm out on the other end. I'm not even in that progress anymore, because I don't know if all of it's right. I genuinely don't. And I don't think really any of us do. I think we're just told that it's right. And we're told that it's right by governments, by authority figures, by other people, by family, by friends. We're told that that's what we should be doing. Should we? Should we be doing it? I don't know. I don't know the answers. I make decisions based on my gut and on my feelings. I genuinely don't know, because there's been so many things that I've uncovered that have blown my mind, and it kind of makes me think, I don't believe anything. I don't believe anything that anybody tells me. I want to go do the research myself. And even doing that can be really hard, because sometimes the information that you can find is what, people want you to find. So, like, it definitely, propelled me into this crunchy mama phase. And I didn't even know what a crunchy mama was. I had no idea, but now I'm sat in it, and I do everything as low tox as possible, because there are so many chemicals and so many ingredients in the products that we buy, whether it's food or whether it's, body products, face products, whatever it is. So many ingredients that we don't even know what they are. Like, there's things in our food that they put in chemical cleaners. Like, what? Why? Why would we be ingesting that? So I've kind of come away from all of that and stripped it all back, and try to give myself and give Harrison like whole foods, whole, like, I make everything, so everything I use is from like a natural source. So let's say if it's a body oil or something that I want to put on Harrison, I'm not reaching for anything on a shelf. I make it myself with a few ingredients, essential oils, or like jojoba and hemp oil. Like, these are very natural products, and they're very easy to source. But it also takes time. It takes time and it takes effort to do it. But yeah, it's kind of like I try and make all these decisions now. Like, I don't really support and buy things from big chains. I rarely go to the supermarket. I try and shop at farmers, or like small greengrocers. And I know that's not always possible everywhere, but I think we're lucky here in Australia. There is still a farming community. There is still a lot of greengrocers around. But then trying to find organic, or trying to find things that haven't been heavily processed or pumped with chemicals and things like that can be quite difficult. And it can also be quite expensive too. But I think it's worth it. Our health and the health of our children is definitely worth it. And I think if for 1 second you stand back and if you can't read or know what ingredients are, why are we putting them in our body? We should be asking, what is this? Why are we putting this inside our body? In the supermarket, why is there only half an aisle that's health food? What's the rest of it? It's junk food. It's all processed stuff. And I'm not bagging anyone who goes out and buys it. I've been doing that my entire life. We're programmed to buy those things, with the adverts and, the colors and everything, right? It is the way that we're kind of programmed to buy things. But, when you sit back and you really think about those things, you're like, ding, 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 ding. Oh, yeah. Why am I doing that? And I think it's taken me into overdrive, actually, with having Harrison, because, yes, I care more about my body now when I probably never used to, in the sense that, I was eating junk food, I was, drinking alcohol, I used to smoke. All of these things are terrible for your health. But then I don't want to inflict any of that on Harrison. So where I can, I really try my very best to source locally made food. I try and make as many products as possible. And you know what? Actually, thank you to COVID, and thank you to all those that created the lockdowns and all of those things, because it really did lead me here. I think I'm meant to be here in this lifetime to change things, not only for myself but for future generations, and for those that will listen as well. Like I'm here to try and be the voice, I guess, and question, and also have debate. It's okay to have debate. We should be debating, and science. Why are we just believing science? Science is the very thing that questions itself constantly. That's the whole point in science, so you can't just believe one thing. You have to go off and do your due diligence, but also then follow your inner compass and your own gut, your own intuition, your own heart, because that's something that we've been kind of tapped out of. Like, turn off the news, turn it off. Like, it'll brighten up your life straight away. I did that many, many years ago. Like, question things, ask the questions, have a look at things. And like I said, if you can't read it, if you can't pronounce it, if you don't know what it is, why are you putting it in your body? Why are you putting it on your skin? Think about it, step back and be like, okay, yeah. And because that's what I did. That's exactly what I did. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I need to change these things. And it's been a big quest of mine for the last few years. So, and I'm going to continue talking about these things. That's why I pump out videos of me making things as well, because I want others to be able to do that. I don't want it just to be me. I want to show others how easy it is to create these products from natural raw materials, rather than buying all the chemically derived products that are out there. I mean, if that's what you want to do, you go out and do that. I support you. You do whatever's good for you. But for those that do want to take that step into new, like, I think it's not easy to do. I'm not going to lie, it's not easy. But I think we're in a time where it's getting easier and it's getting better, and there's more and more resources out there so you can do it. So that is a little bit on how COVID made me crunchy. And I guess until next time, thank you very much for tuning in. And if you have enjoyed this and any of my other content, please hit that subscribe, the notification bell too, just so you know when I do upload some new content. I do upload quite regular, so and it's always a variety of different materials. So, some things you'll want to jump into, some things you won't, and that is totally okay. So, thank you very much again from the bottom of my heart. It humbles me to know that there's people out there watching this. I love you all. Thank you.